What is going on? Who are you guys? Did Patrick Spring hire you? If not, then what are you? Are you detectives?
$1.15. 40 cents. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. There she is!
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise
She got me.
your skull. A strange pain.
Oh,
like
it's
you've
getting
never
weird.
felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But
Here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. It sounds like the entire radio frequency range is screaming directly into your neural
Cover your
pathways.
ears.
No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous
Help, Kim, my
ones.
brain's on fire. Ah, his head's also on fire.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the
It is the
ULAN
ULAN frequency.
blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw your equations, it's the ULAN frequency.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
There they are. Keep my eyes on Ruby.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out
Messed
of
up.
this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
This must be how the twins for the radio.
She likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
How'd you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented, but we are beyond
Oh
that,
man,
aren't
Kim
we?
yelling, that's amazing.
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing
Very
dream.
interesting boots. Ah, it's actual French, I think. Have you experienced this compressor?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what
It's
you're
all
going
great.
through.
Let's talk about that man you killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops. And of herself merely as
Can you turn it
prey.
down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
2, 3, 6, 1, 8, 9, 2, 8, 1.
You're looking for a deal on mattress.
Ah, there's speed freaks. Yep.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like
Interesting.
Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much.
How did you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards?
So, you found my shack, huh?
I live in
I'm
your
not
shack.
surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find.
The
in
only
my
one?
back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now.
Why hide the bullet, though?
This could have turned out pretty bad for me if you hadn't walked right into 25 bands of ultra-high frequencies.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Class A was first, to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but
Yep.
not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus told us it took some convincing.
Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. And those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like. How the fuck do the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it who called me the human can opener? It's not personal, I opened them up.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them.
Good. I do it by asking questions. And I have some for you. No. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain shit to me?
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Do you have an alibi?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
They said you went to take a really long leak.
Yeah, and I'm sure they also made some funny remarks about it. They always do. I've driven a lot of long haul and chugged a lot of beer, man. Can't do either without some power of mind over bladder. And anyway, that wouldn't have been enough time.
Our investigation shows 15 minutes is enough time for murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
Play pinball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
There are some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
What about elevators? Do you like elevators?
The fuck do elevators
Do
have
you
to
or don't
with
you?
anything? Not particularly.
Not even quaint old rickety ones?
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God
I
damn
agree.
it.
So you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not
Thank you,
my
conceptualization.
choice. But it also doesn't sound like she used that secret.
Look, there's a secret way. It's from the ground floor to the whirling on the roof.
Don't know it, but also,
Evaluating your competence as a police officer.
the shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
You like Class A a lot?
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Are you a girl liker? You wanted to be more than friends.
Oh, so that's where you
You
were
said you
going
wanted to
with
run
this.
away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts who didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shuddering
Interesting.
from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
Glacia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
Hold on, Class A only likes truly buff men. No, wait, Class A said you only kissed.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you to jerk off.
But I
to.
do want details actually. No, I'm not gonna say that. Then what happened?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt
Right.
for leaving me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Class A said you got very angry when you started seeing Lily.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion
Right.
in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
By the way, DeLorean tragedies are still held in high regard for innovation in language and motifs. They are also known for overwrought emotions leading to
Calm down,
catastrophic
Encyclopedia.
outcomes.
Despite everything, you helped her by staging the lynching?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil.
Are you a girl like her?
What the hell, man? Yeah, why not? I've gotten worse.
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put her hand back. Not yet.
Are you
Not
into
yet.
peeping?
Wow. Pissing, pinball,
Yes.
and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuation.
There's a hole in the wall. You can see Class A's room. I wouldn't blame you. Class A said you may have used the people in her wall to spy on her. It's just the hole in Class A's wall is pretty suspicious.
Look, I'm not aware of any hole in Claudia's wall. And if I had been, I would have told her to get it sealed. That's what
So you haven't
friends
been
do.
watching her?
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable.
There are other things I want to ask about.
Go ahead. It's your body.
Oh god! You've been running drugs for Union.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her. Maybe twist the knife, just in case. Make her more.
Okay,
desperate.
drama. Yeah, I made him talk.
Yeah, that figures. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
You had a financial incentive to kill the merc. You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. I'm not gonna say that.
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for a union. Zigzag. Very different from what you said.
She deliberately avoided naming the
Yep.
mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty
Yep.
work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious
Turns
stuff.
it down. Good. You're just threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
What's so great about the antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Is that the only reason you hung out?
The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah.
So
Along
you're
with
sure you didn't
Claudia.
shoot the merc from the roof?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have
You have a
come
gun.
from far. And?
Let's hit the front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such
It
a
is such a wipeout. I can't quite tell what kind of gun is it.
A knocked-away 80 front loader. Two-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
That isn't it.
I know you don't like gold things, but do you sell antique rifles on the side?
Never really got into weapons trafficking. Especially not old weapons. They break too often, and you don't want unhappy customers among
Where'd you get it?
gun collectors.
What gun
The
store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger?
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry.
Was there
not that
evidence I want to
kind of
ask you about?
Yeah.
Did you say
Evidence.
Lily was likable?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
Was there anything more personal that you had against him?
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me. And definitely not a reason to off someone.
See her confident gaze, her toned arms. Yeah, she wouldn't have had much trouble in the intimacy.
Do you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I don't think she's
No.
perjuring herself. She didn't hate him, okay?
I have other questions.
I'm listening.
Let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
72% chance. I nudged it during the drugs talk. Let's try something else. Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been
Yes.
following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead
Tell
for
me
a
your
good
side
long
of the
while.
story.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Klasia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Did she seem high?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her
Okay.
party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Glacia wasn't quite there yet.
Did something
So
seem wrong?
No, I really didn't. She's not that
Interesting.
easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved,
Yeah.
so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Class A seemed you had a plan prepared. Class A found it weird you came up with a plan so quickly.
What? No. Faking a
Her
lynching
idea.
was her idea. Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party
Interesting.
girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head
Really?
around his neck. To fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
She lied to you about that, too.
That's bad that she'd be so calm.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her.
Do you think she
or
killed
be
Lily?
disturbed. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going,
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something to hide. She doesn't want the guilt.
fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, then why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta
What do you mean La
Madre
Puta
agent.
Madre?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Oh, fuck
Me.
Fucking hell. And
Yep.
why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops,
Really?
the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Tell me, what's my name? If you know about me, tell me my name.
Here
Oh,
you
wow.
are. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent to La Puta
I've heard of La
Madre.
Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? Holy
Is that
shit.
a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both.
I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to know all this, but I lost my memory recently.
Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you.
What'd you do to this Madre?
You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now
Harry
I have
can
Harry
opener.
can opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
you. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might
Was
know
there
something.
anyone with me?
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What
Who was in
happened
this
to them
squad?
Anyway? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had
Two
two
guys
guys,
and a lady.
and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell me?
One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are.
No, that
But
doesn't ring any bells.
Well, this has been a great talk, really. But I think I'm going to hit the road now.
She needs it. You better make your move soon.
Go to break. Oh, good, I succeeded in breaking it. Well,
You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell.
you okay, Kim?
But
All good, officer.
Be careful.
Be careful.
she looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck.
No!
it.
Convince her to put the gun down.
She's
Good.
truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You need to give
What
her
options?
options. You know.
Please, just walk away.
She stares at you, frozen, the gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. She's still ready to go. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip.
You have
of
to
the
do
gun
this. You're not
loosens.
cornered. I'm letting you go.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears.
That
into
isn't the
darkness
finale.
of the tunnel.
Good call.
Thanks.
I would have done the same had I not been incapacitated.
I think she didn't do it.
Her tent. We should check it out.